So I've been watching a lot of other interviews of you, and one of the common themes was that you have to stay in your own lane to be successful in this industry. Is it hard, and how hard is it for you to stay in your own lane, or what does that really mean to you, stay in your own lane?
I think it's important to just understand that you coming into a game full of like smoke and mirrors and gimmicks and publicity stunts. So you just gotta make a decision early. Mm-hmm. You gotta decide if you're gonna follow that or if you're gonna follow the route where everything's a little more organic and a little more authentic. Mm-hmm. Because it's a lot of guys that just wake up every day and be like, yo, what's the craziest thing I can do today to get some attention? Mm-hmm. And then most of those guys, if you really sit down with the music, they don't got nothing to offer. Right. So they hiding behind the smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you making the music the most important thing, like, I just think the best decision you can make is try to be as authentic as possible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because the music can speak for itself. For sure. Dope. Awesome. One of the other things I picked up from the interviews was what really made you fall in love with hip hop was Biggie's Life After Death project. Yes. And man, I really feel like your music does the same for a lot of people. Okay. How does that make you feel, knowing that something that made you start to fall in love with hip hop, or like a project that impactful, has had that same impact on people? I have introduced you to people, or I've introduced you to people and put people on Fortunate. Right. And they automatically fall in love with you, and they automatically see that hip hop does have another side. Absolutely. And there's that truthful, artful side of hip hop. Right. And so how does that make you feel, knowing that you have that kind of impact? Man, to be honest, like, I'm not really in a mix like that when it comes to like being at events and being around people and stuff like that. So I kind of live in a bubble where like I'm just with my homies, and when I'm with my homies, I'm just one of the homies. I'm just one of the guys. You know what I mean? So it's honestly rare when I like come face to face with it, and I realize how important, you know, I am to some people. And I'm just now scratching the surface with everything that I want to do. But I've had some encounters with some people that was really, really like memorable. You know, people telling me that I stopped them from wanting to commit suicide, or you know, I met a couple that said one of my projects saved their marriage. You know what I mean? Where they were split up, living in different houses, and they always had a thing where they listened to my music. And I dropped a new project, and the wife sent the husband the link, like, yo, gotta drop a new project. And then he was like, I can't listen to this without you. So it's just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wild. Like that's when it hits me like, wow. But I mean, honestly, man, like, I'm just a dad, and I'm just, you know what I mean, I'm just one of the guys. So I'm not like super famous, like to the point where everywhere I go, people bothering me, unless I'm in Indiana. I can't, in my hometown, like, oh man, nigga, I can't even go. I feel like I can't take a piss in Indiana. You know what I mean? But when I'm just out in the world, like here or something, you know what I mean? Like maybe 3 or 4 people will notice me throughout the day, so I kind of feel normal. Yeah. But it is good to get reminded, you know, that my hard work is paying off, because sometimes this shit just, it get hard to want to keep fighting for it, you know what I mean? And those little reminders is sometimes that's all you need. Yeah, definitely.
You know what, I remember, I forget what interview it was, but she asked you what's one word to describe you best, and you said humble. And when I heard that, I keep listening to all these projects, I'm like, God damn, that makes sense. And it just fell for real. And it hit home, and just hearing that story about the marriage. Right. It shows. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope. For real. Dope. That's crazy, because that's what I would say again, honestly. So that was a real answer. If somebody asked me that, I probably would say humble. It shows, man. For real. I appreciate it. For real. What does Vasi stand for, and where did it like originate? Who did you come up with it? Like who? Like where did it come? Where did it start, man? Where did it start?
It's an acronym, so it stands for Victorious Against Society's Ignorances. So Vasi go really way back to our high school days. Me and my homie 1215, we've been rocking for years, and his name was Vasi actually. Like he just was going by that name. And we was like, bro, this could be something bigger. We just was kids running around, you know what I mean? It was like, let's make this mean something. But we kind of abandoned it for like 6-7 years, and we just felt like everything that was going on in the world, like now was the time to bring it back and make it mean something to people.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna stop and restart.
What's it stand for again?
Victorious against society's ignorances. Classic.
Straight up. I like that.
I've been following you for a while, man. I've been waiting to see you for like 2 years, and now I've started this thing, and now I get to interview you, and I got to see you live for the first time. It's like been a hell of an experience. I watched like the making of Fortunate over Twitter. Like I've been following you on Twitter for a long time too, and there were so many ups and downs of it, man. Like, what was the toughest part? Because I remember like production problems. I remember just production highs, and then it released on Spotify in a bad way, and that took you down. And but you know, the support was there for you. So what was really the toughest part of making that project for you?
I think the toughest part was, to be honest, like it was the first project. I don't know how everybody else felt, but it was the first project that I felt like had hype behind it for me. You know what I mean? Like, my fans are always excited for a project.
Yeah.
But this one felt different to everybody, as far as like everybody felt like this was gonna be the one to help me go further into my career.
Yeah.
And just with the release, it wasn't production issues. It was actually just the wrong version of the project got sent in.
Okay.
So it was the unmixed and mastered version of the project. So my fans were basically hearing total rough drafts. Makes sense. I'm seeing tweets like,
"Oh yeah, with the Apple Music."
So it was just rough drafts. It wasn't mixed nothing. So I'm seeing tweets like, "Oh, I love this." And every time somebody was saying they loved it, it just broke my heart even more, because it's like you're not really hearing what I wanted. You know what I was trying to give you. It's like anything else. It's like a chef. You know what I mean? Like, he's halfway done cooking, and then everybody comes and eats when he walks to the restroom, and come back out like, "Oh, I loved it." He's not gonna be excited. He's gonna be like, "Yo, like I wasn't done."
100%.
You know? So it was just hard for me to handle that, man, especially with the expectations behind it. But like everything else, we got through it, you know. And it ended up picking up steam. It still got hurt a little bit, but the single "How" really made up for it, because it, you know, it was doing really well.
That video you dropped was so impactful, man. It was just in your face, man. He's back. Like, he's here. He's not necessarily back. I don't mean to say it that way.
Nah, that's how I felt, though.
That's how he's here, man. Like, that's great.
Yes, sir.
Dope.
Oh man, yeah, that was awesome. It was really cool, man. I saw Webby on tour. I got to do some video content for Webby when he was up in Chicago, and then I saw that he brought you out for his indie show.
That's my dog.
Man, I swear, the "Kisses to the Sky," dude, that song, it was on it's been on our Talkin Trut playlist. Yeah, preseason. Yeah. It's been on our Talkin Trut playlist ever since we built it, dude. And it was so cool to see him bring you out on tour and you guys still interacting. What is it that you guys do that makes you so successful? Like, what, like the unsigned thing, the not going with the label, the hustling. What is it that makes you guys so successful like that?
Man, I think we just refuse to fail, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to Chris Webby, because like everybody was counting him out. He got so big underground, and then, you know, everything kind of tailed off for him, and nobody was expecting him to come back strong. And I don't know if y'all been keeping up with him like that lately. But, but he's killing it right now. Absolutely killing it.
Webby Wednesdays.
Yeah, he recreated everything. His tours have been crazy. So. But that's my dog, man. He like a pioneer, you know what I mean? It was really him.
That's cool.
It was like him, Mac, and Wiz that kind of was pioneering like the underground shit. And he kind of stayed underground, but he means a lot to a lot of us. A lot of people don't know that. Like, a lot of dudes that came like in the next generation, like me, Dizzy Wright, Futuristic, Chris Webby is that guy to us, you know what I mean?
That's so cool to hear from somebody, and that, oh man, that is really cool to hear, bro.
We all respect him.
That's super cool. Just kind of a break from a question, just kind of my takeaway from you, or one of my main takeaways and appreciations. My middle name is Carl, and honestly, man, I never really liked my middle name. And ever since I started listening to music and heard your story and read everything about you, heard everything, bro, I take heart to my middle name. I love my middle name now, bro. I see that C, and I take pride in that in Carl now, bro. So I just want to thank you for that personally.
Wow.
There's different artists that have touched me in different ways. I don't know if you know IDK.
Absolutely.
He helped change my relationship with my mom with that last project that he released. So I just want to tell you personally, thank you for helping me appreciate my middle name.
Wow.
Not anything huge, but like that's just part of me, and I didn't like it for the longest time.
Man.
And now I do, bro. So I appreciate you for that.
I was not expecting you to say that. That's crazy.
Word up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. So let me start this over one more time just to make sure we get the rest of it. Oh, come on, stay there. All right. I really feel like you can follow the maturity of people and stuff through their projects, and like it's almost like a timeline of their life and everything. You know, you can see how they grow as people, how they grow as men, everything. Does that motivate you at all to change your style? Does it motivate you to keep up with your peers in any way, or how does that? Do you feel like? Do you see other people evolving, and does that motivate you to evolve or change anything about what you do, or do you really just kind of centralize how you produce or how you create like around what's happening in your life?
Yeah, my music is strictly based off of how I'm feeling.
Okay.
So it's emotion-based music. It's really just, I wouldn't even say it's venting as much as it is just me expressing myself, because I'm not always in a down emotional mood. That's when you get songs like What, where I feel like talking shit. I feel, you know what I mean? I'm feeling good about myself. But I mean, on the flip side, like I've had guys where like it was certain points where I may have been a little further in my career and now they're a little further than me. But it doesn't make me feel any type of way, just because I feel like we all have our own journey. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you never know who's gonna end up where. You know what I mean? Like so I just think it's important to just be happy with what you're doing. As long as you feel like you putting your best out there and you're giving the best effort. You know what I mean? I don't think it's important to really try to chase or even try to emulate or, you know what I mean, anything like that. I think if you just do you and if it's meant to be, it will be. You know what I mean?
Definitely. You have any other questions, Josh, that you can think of?
I don't. It's not really a question. I just want to thank you, because even with Proud, it was a little stronger for me because I mean I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Hey.
But I mean here's the gig. I moved a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when someone asks where you're from, it's kind of hard because it's like. But after hearing them, I'm just like Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah. Straight up. But that's what you did. You know that impact. That life after death question, it means a lot because you straight up made me proud to represent Indiana.
Straight up.
That's crazy. Oh, like, I appreciate you for real.
Man, y'all gonna
ain't a question, but I just want to let you know it's dope.
That's what's up, man. I fuck with y'all. Y'all some cool niggas.
Yeah.
That's another reason I really loved you too, man. I'm from Indiana as well, bro.
Oh my God.
I'm from Northwest Indiana myself. I went to school at IU in Bloomington. I went through Indy all the time, man.
That's what's up.
Sometimes
I get an interview and like they don't know shit about me. And it's just like I don't got the ego, so I don't trip. I still do it. But they be like, so I heard you grew up in Las Vegas. Like what?
Oh, from who?
They say what?
That's crazy.
It's a rumor out there that I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah.
That's wild.
Like every time I say something in my music, like that's about like the struggle or you know what I mean, me growing up in a rough environment, it be some niggas on Twitter like, man, you grew up in Salt Lake. Ain't no ghettos in Salt Lake. Like,
what?
Like, bro, the first time I ever went to Utah in my life was on tour.
Yeah.
How'd y'all get that I grew up here? I never even lived here. Like, but this shit, the internet takes shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, niggas really think I'm from Utah. Shout out to Utah, though. I fuck with Salt Lake, but I'm just not from there.
Yeah.
It's got to be crazy for you, though, like when you look at, and I don't mean to hold you up, but when you look at social media, cause I was never big on social media, but I jumped on, and I see these reactions, and I know you probably look at some of these, and it's got to be nice. Avoid all the dumb shit, but it's got to be nice to see all those people that you impacted in the Montanas and like just these weird random places, and they fuck with you heavy. You know what I'm saying? And that's gotta be wild.
It's special.
Yeah.
Social media has its pros and cons, man. But honestly, if it wasn't for social media, I would have to say probably 80 to 90% of artists would quit.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really our daily reminder that somebody actually gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
we live our lives and we go through all of this shit, and it's so much negative when it comes to chasing what we're chasing. Social media, sometimes you just get on there and somebody be like, yo, I fucking love this dude, Mark Battles. And they're like, nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
Yeah, I was just about to come in here and throw everything and break some shit. And it's just like, you know what, cool. But then sometimes you get on there and it's like, Mark Battles is the worst rapper in the world. It's like, bro, the worst rapper in the world.
That's
Do you hear these niggas out here? Like, I get it, you don't like it, but bro, have you turned on the radio? Like, you know what I mean?
What
It's
you
like,
got
really?
your phone?
Right? Like, nigga, whoa.
That's crazy.
I can think of 40 to 50 like,
Whoa.
off tops. Even if you hate me, like, there's no way I'm worse than these
Oh
niggas.
man, that's funny.
But I mean, I'm lucky to be one of those artists where like 99% of my shit is positive.
Mm.
I think it's just because of my subject matter and the substance in my music. So even if you don't like it, niggas kind of be reluctant to hate on it.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's really talking about something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't get that much hate though. But like I go on other artist stuff like a 6ix9ine or something. And I be like, where's his fans at? Like all you see is niggas hating on him. And stuff. I don't never see no fans.
Yeah.
Bro. But the haters are more vocal than the fans. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
The haters
Yeah.
go harder to try to tear you down.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, we appreciate you for real.
Absolutely.
What do you got going on next? Anything? What's next for Mark Battles, man?
Ooh, a
This
lot,
last
man.
one.
I got a collab project with my brother King Los.
Yes.
coming out.
I'm so excited for that one. I can't wait.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
ooh,
Yes,
waiting
sir.
for that one.
Shout out my brother King Los. That'll be out before Christmas, so that'll be out ASAP.
Nice.
And
And then-
2018 going hard.
It really is.
Yeah. And then after that, we got a lot of big surprises. I'm gonna be working on my album. You know, a lot of fans think my projects have been albums, but to me, in my heart, the only album I've dropped is Numb. So this is gonna be my second album to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start working on that, and I got some crazy features on there that I can't talk about yet. You know, that's already in the works. But yeah, y'all just look forward to the Broken Silence 2 with me and King Los. That shit's gonna be crazy.
You tuned in for
Yeah.
Awesome,
For real.
man.
My guys, I
Dude.
appreciate y'all, man.
Likewise, dude. This is
Absolutely.
awesome. Thank you so much for sitting down
Thank
with
you.
us, dude.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. You know,